Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick and welcome to Assassin's Creed 2. Now, if you're new here and haven't seen me play the first game in the series, pause the video because I'm not sure who you think you are, and navigate yourself on over to the first episode. Now that the hooligans are gone, let's get into Assassin's Creed 2. Now, to give you guys a little recap, we got this guy Desmond who's been captured by some disgruntled citizens who are done with dust society and wanted things to change, so they took me and forced me to live my ancestors' past memories. In the first game, I played as Altair in the Crusade times and found out my main enemy was my own mentor. Once I fucked his shit up, I discovered that the earth was round, and now we're here, in the same place with slightly better graphics. And let me just tell you for a second about this piece of shit fucking game. I originally wanted to play this on my Xbox because I'm used to controllers and I prefer it, but my Xbox wasn't having any of that and decided to delete my save file 6 fucking times. I got to a certain point in the game, about 90 minutes in, and every single time I would get there, saved and exited, the game decided to play a fun little magic trick and my save file vanished. Well, you got me fucking good, game. Anyways, now that I've gotten my anger out on this piece of shit game and demonetized this video into oblivion, let's finally get into the story. Right away, I was just thrown into the Animus and witnessed the birth of my great, give or take a few greats, grandfather Ezio Auditore. As soon as he came out of the womb, I was demanded to control him by pressing the foot button. Game, please elaborate further, because I don't exactly know what the fucking foot button is. So if you wouldn't mind, just put a letter. It's actually not that difficult, believe it or not. Anyways, after I throttled the baby around, we had to leave because we weren't exactly following the rules and we were being pursued. I lightly jogged my way through the compound as Lucy took out the guards for me. You see, I'm a very important character and cannot be involving myself in such chores. And let me show you how many times I played this intro. I can basically speedrun the intro now because I've memorized this little maze minigame thing right here. And keep your eyes open because if you blink, you might miss it. Wow, so quick, so nimble, so light on his feet. Desmond truly is an international inspiration. After escaping the building, we drove to this warehouse with a couple of nerds and a British guy. In other words, my worst nightmare. They showed me a lot of respect by referring to me as Subject 17 when they saw me and treated me like an object. It hurts, guys. Do better. I found that these guys have their own Animus at this place, which they called Baby. Just Baby. Maybe I should go back to the evil Templars. At least they were sane. I could tell Desmond was thinking the same thing because that is not a look of eagerness and excitement to work with these people. That's a look of pure fucking horror. When I went over to ask the British guy a question about what the stuff he had was, he almost had a mental breakdown telling me that it wasn't just stuff and that I should be deeply ashamed of myself for even saying that. Alright dude, it ain't that deep. When I ventured into the Animus, I was taken to 1476 Italy. I found this guy that gave me mad fuckboy vibes. Of course, it was Ezio. I knew he was a bit of an edgy bad boy from the start because the first thing he did was rally up a crowd and started insulting a trust fund kid. He even made an epic joke about having intercourse with his sister. Rock on, Ezio.
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
The asshole then threw a stone at me and we engaged in quite the tussle. But you know, this is just boys being boys. Absolutely beating the fucking shit out of each other is kind of our thing. In the middle of our fight, we had a little halftime show where my brother came in with the celebrity appearance. We then got right back to it and finished the fight. Before that though, I had to rob all of these guys and make sure there wasn't a cent to be claimed. First of all, they're already clinging to life after the beating I gave them, and now I'm just leaving them with nothing. I guess it's safe to say I'm not great with my morals. In fact, some would say I'm a shitty person. Next, we went to the doctor who forgot that Halloween was already over. Once I was fixed up and my boo-boos were attended to, Federico and I raced to the top of a church and I absolutely smoked him, having done the race 6 times before. He tried to laugh it off as if he wasn't completely embarrassed and we climbed to the very top. And suddenly, a strange phenomenon happened where a bunch of text appeared in the sky, while strange, almost intro-like music played in the background. Must be some alien shit. Anyways, continuing the skater boy persona, I went to my girlfriend's house to do the jiggy jiggy. Now the only thing I'm missing is a perm. The morning after our exciting little session was a bit awkward because her father came in and caught us in the act. The guy overreacted just a tiny bit though because he ordered his guards to literally fucking kill me. If I wasn't an actual god of turning into a wagon of leaves, I'd probably be gutted in the streets by now. After that intense chase scene, I visited my father back at the house who had some beautiful, gorgeous locks of flowing hair. I knew the dude was cool because when he told me he heard about my little get together with Christina and my fight, he fist bumped me and told me that it just shouldn't interfere with the chores I have to complete today. I guess I'm just a little errand boy because he told me to take some documents and deliver them to a guy named Lorenzo de Medici. I was right on my way after opening our monthly gamer loot box and fueling my gambling addiction. I made my entrance to the delivery by dropping from the air and kicking a guy in the head. I then gave Medici's employee the delivery and scaled the building. With these insane climbing skills, Ezio might actually be Spider-Man. After getting back to my house, I found a guy named Uberto taking up my seat. After we had the most pointless cutscene I've ever seen, I went back outside to find my sister bawling her eyes out. She told me that her boyfriend Duccio has been unfaithful to her. I told her I would take care of the situation and set out on my journey to find that scum, douchebaggio. When I found him, I couldn't believe what I saw. Dude, if you had to cheat on my sister, couldn't it have been just someone like a little bit better? Like, come on, she's not that bad. Anyways, I humiliated him in front of hundreds of people, broke several bones, and then strolled off. I then went back to the house to find my mother, and the first thing she said to me was to run an errand with her. This involves walking very slowly through the city. Damn it, Mom, don't you know that if I'm not constantly running and killing people, I get excruciatingly bored? Anyways, we arrived at this guy's house, and oh yeah, that's actually Leonardo da Vinci. Well shit, Mom, you didn't tell me it would be this exciting. I didn't want to make small talk with one of the most famous artists ever, and so I jogged back to the house with the box that I had to carry. I don't care about your status. I don't have to kill you, and therefore I don't want to interact with you. After I was done with that, I got on my way to kill more God damn it, why do I have so many fucking family members? What do you want, you little shit? Some feathers? Fine. What the fuck? Why is there a time limit? You got places to go, Petruccio? Why are you giving me 2.5 minutes to do something for you out of the goodness of my heart? If you haven't caught on already, I'm beginning to resent my family. After I completed my task, I went back to the house again to maybe just rest for a second. Just half an hour to chill on the couch maybe? Psych. Nope. As soon as I opened the door, my bitch ass father demanded me to do more work for him. He told me to deliver 2 more letters and kick a pigeon or some shit. When I delivered the letters, I had strange interactions both times. For the first one, this badass yet shady looking guy told me that my father should move tonight. Given nothing else, Ezio and I were rightfully confused. For the second letter, I found some people that looked twice as shady as the last, and they simply just said shit like they were about to stab me. It was unneededly tense. After those odd exchanges, I went back to the house and my maid slapped the shit out of me. I can't catch a fucking break every once in a while, can I? Oh, I guess half my family got snatched. Time to go save them. Not really, I just went to ask my dad why he was imprisoned instead of barging through the front gates and causing chaos, an epic action scene, and saving my family. Nope, let's just go make small talk. After chucking a few guards off a 10-story building, I found my father and he told me that he knew this would happen. He didn't make it easier on me by elaborating even though he had time, but yeah, that's it. He just knew it would happen. Great, that gets me fucking nowhere. He also told me that I should go back to the house and find the hidden door in his office that'll lead to a super secret room. Inside that room, I would find some documents that I needed to take to Uberto. Okay, daddy, I will do all those things. Goodbye, wags tail, blushes. I'm sorry. Anyways, I found that secret room and whoa, I was not told about this. Damn, now I can cosplay as one of those assassins I've been hearing about. After acquiring my sick-ass gear and sword, some guards came up to me, which was obviously so I could test out my sword, and it did not disappoint. They got penetrated quite a few times. Please do not clip that and use it out of context. After that, I felt pretty much unstoppable and walked out onto the streets, killing every guard I saw. It's time to cleanse Italy of the dictators. Anyways, after I flooded the streets with blood, I gave the letter to Uberto and some strange hooded figure walked behind him. Ezio and I thought that it was, in fact, quite sussy. Despite this, Uberto told me that he would clear everything up with my family with the letter I gave him and that everything would be fine. He would fix it all and my brothers and father could come home. I think we can trust him and I have no reason to believe he would be lying to me in any way. This is not foreshadowing. Before I helped my family out some more, I decided to do the smart thing and do side quests that would not benefit them in any way. But at least I could make a few extra bucks on the side, so it's not a complete loss. After I risked my life yet again being the mailman, I made a measly $100 or florins, but you're fucking high if you think I'm calling it that. I also found a woman that told me to take care of her cheating husband for her, which meant beating up a middle-aged man that probably can't fight back. On my way immediately, I found the guy and methodically jumped him. He begged for me to stop and I chopped him up. The last step was kind of a me thing, it wasn't required. After that, I also got this codex page, which will come in handy later, and won a race for some moolah. After I did every side quest ever made, I finally did a main mission by attending my father and brother's execution. Before I could save them, I had to go through a cutscene where that snake, Uberto, said that the documents I gave him last night that would prove my father's innocence didn't exist. That fucking troglodyte, cock-gobbling, toe-sniffing, backstabbing rodent. And I couldn't even do anything because he straight up hanged my father and brothers before I could go up to the stage. And then a medieval Iron Man came up wielding a huge axe, and I made the mature decision to navigate myself away from there. Well, now that I've watched 3/5 of my family die before my eyes, including that little feather-collecting 12-year-old, I think I can say that Ezio is quite mad. quite. Don't worry, Uberto will receive his justice in due time. I just need to go through a few training montages. After I escaped the old-timey Avenger, Annetta came up to me and told me to come back with her to my mother and sister. I told her that would be too dangerous and that we would meet somewhere to ensure their safety. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of Assassin's Creed 2, the second game in this long-lasting series. If you liked it or have any feedback, make sure to leave it in the comments below because I love reading them. Also, make sure to join my Discord because it's a great place to talk to me or my community. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.